Hey everybody! We just finished the daily, but welcome back to Northernlion plays Slay the Spire. Our last A20 run was with the defect, I believe. I went back and checked, believe it or not. It could still be wrong. But, we're doing A20 Ironclad. I genuinely think, first off, I got a smile on my face, we had a fun time on the daily, but I genuinely think our best chance at an A20 win is a result of the Ironclad. Or it is likely to be a result of the Ironclad. I'll tell you, or the defect, but definitely not the silent. I like both of these right now. The only question is if we take 18 damage to get more max HP, are we likely... You know what? Who dares wins, right? Are we likely to be able to still handle one of the first floor elites before a campfire? And honestly, I think the answer is probably yes, because I totally forgot. I mean, if you lose 18 HP and then gain 14 max HP, that 14 max HP counts as HP. I know it sounds like I'm going cross-eyed here, but like, what I mean by that is, we actually only lose 4 HP net. It's a big decision. And honestly, I think a spot weakness leading into... I take a chance at it. No longer becoming frail. Positive in my book, dude. And then, sure, let's upgrade spot weakness. The idea here is I want to get AoE quickly, or anything that hits multiple times. So close. Then I gotta, you know, all we need is a whirlwind. A whirlwind or a twin strike. You probably look at battle trance on this one. This is my 2 cents at least. An ornamental fan as well. You know, honestly, like an anger wouldn't be that bad here. I think on turn 1, sadly, we benefit the most from doing something like this. It's very important. Like, we're going to rest. We don't have to fight another elite. We're gonna rest. But I think what's nice about this run, in contrast to, you know, some other runs that we've had, I have almost a plan here early on. And the plan pretty much revolves around drawing spot weakness, and then also having the ability to hit multiple enemies at the same time. Or, alternatively, and there is an alternative, I bet we can kill this guy next turn. The alternative is hitting one enemy multiple times, you know? And that could be the result of something like a... I'm trying to think, like, Twin Strike is the obvious example, but there may indeed be others. So close. It could also be the result of just getting like a crap load of anger, you know? And then, you know, you could draw 4 0-cost attacks per turn. You're still hitting one enemy multiple times. You might need more draw to sustain a run like that, but... Dude, 8 strength up is no joke. And we did take a lot of hits in the process. We'll take an Iron Wave. It works very well in my opinion. And I'm going to rest, and we're going to pivot that rest into fighting another elite, I think. But let's see how this fight goes first. I would love to take 0 here. I know this is a slow way of handling it, but taking 0 to put us in a good spot to tackle the next boss would be huge. I'm dedicating this run to whoever tweeted me and they said, NL, you really underrate spot weakness. Hold on, I can get to 9 block. Hold on, how much damage did this do? 9, 9, 7... 25, you'll live with 6 HP, which is like the perfect amount. So I'm not going to play spot weakness here. We will take damage in the process, but that's the best we could do. So this one is, you know, spot weakness has been kind of on my mind then. I think we look at Sword Boomerang because it fits the archetype of the run right now. Letter Opener is pretty unlikely to be meaningful, but thank God, by the way, I didn't point it out, but getting Gambler's Brew, or sorry, getting the Fire Potion, extremely good. No, hold on. We don't want to draw spot weakness. So I'm actually not going to play Battle Trance here. No, we're going to play Battle Trance because even if we draw a spot weakness, we really wanted to draw Bash. This is okay, but I think it's a little annoying. Now, the question is spot weakness worth giving this guy a little extra strength? And I do think the answer is yes. We need to be able to live through our next turn. That will happen. We're not going to play any more skills, but we killed him. That was a good fight. Dude, Pantograph is insanely good for an A20 run. We got something. This feels much more confident. I accidentally got it, but that's the card I was going to take anyway. Thank you, RNG gods. I, like, put my mouse down on the mouse pad, and it... Yikes. Anyway. It's good is what I'm trying to say. It's a good situation. I actually feel pretty okay about this run right now. I do. So I think an Armaments into an Iron Wave... I definitely think we gotta ice one of these dudes. The only dude we can ice is you. We are still gonna take 4 damage. I still consider that, believe it or not, but I think you will believe it. I consider that a pretty good use of the Fire Potion. I think we, Flex is actually pretty good with what we got going on here as well, but a Cleave for AoE, having one of those in the deck, I don't think it's gonna bother anybody. Now, who's our boss? It's a boss we would not mind having more HP for. I think I'd rather have the max HP plus 5, though. I think I'm willing to... You know, we could rest later, but to have the max HP be high for the whole run... I mean, 94 max HP is pretty good, dude. I think I'm totally okay with that. Honestly, 32 damage is freaking nuts. But what we'll do is we'll rest immediately... And I do think we need to rest against this guy. And we healed for 25 regardless. So, maybe it could have been better. We could have made better decisions, perhaps. But I think that this is actually totally fine. Not getting the spot weakness to work is frustrating, but... Okay, so on this turn... Honestly, I think the strength is very important for us, so we'll spot weakness and then bash. We need the strength to be enabled for our AoE against the slimes later. And now we got 2 turns to work with. I could hit you for 30 and take you down to 73. I actually think I will. Because then we can get you down to 58. 2 enemies with 58 HP. Our AoE can hopefully start to shine a little bit. You make frail, you make weak. So I would rather take out the enemy that makes weak because we actually cannot be made frail. And it might not have been necessary, but I'm super happy we popped our regen potion, dude. So, surely I think an Armaments here is a decent call. And then we got 20 damage out of Sword Boomerang. The brunt of that ended up hitting an enemy... hitting the enemy I didn't want it to hit, but that just means this guy's going to be weaker in the future when we choose to destroy him. So, definitely a spot weakness. And then your cleave is getting pretty strong, brother. You're at 19. I definitely would rather have you be even lower. Essentially, we're 1 cleave away from getting the kill right now. Although we are going to be made weak. And the double frailty is irrelevant, obviously. Yeah, so we're going to win this fight. And I feel... I definitely cannot feel confident that we're going to destroy the second floor regardless. Like, I don't think that's non-reasonable for sure. But I definitely feel like I have a unified theory of where this run's going. It relies on strength gain and AoE. That's pretty cool. I think a Reaper to keep us alive seems sensible. And, dude, honestly, Busted Crown for an energy relic, we got something here. I wouldn't say that this is, you know, easy money, as Malf would say. And I love this path right up the middle here. But I think we've got a real, genuine start. No insincerity, I swear to you. We would still love some more relics, in particular. Might as well just double up on that. Remember, we can't be made frail, so this guy's a little bit less annoying as a result. Still pretty annoying, but... This whole run is different, by the way, if we draw spot weakness earlier. We didn't, but... is okay. Now, we really... My personal opinion, my 2 cents, as it were... I didn't mean to click on that, to be honest with you. And if I hadn't clicked on that, would it? No, still wouldn't have made it. But I don't really want to play Reaper until we get at least a couple of spot weaknesses going. But in this case, it kind of screwed us. Twin Strike definitely fits what we're trying to do here. I think adding attacks like that is going to be advantageous. Now, do you need a second spot weakness? I think I'd rather have a second Reaper. As a rare card that's a pretty important enabler. So you got 18 damage turn 1. It's pretty ruthless, I gotta tell you. I'll take a little damage to do a little damage to these guys as well. We're only taking 3. I mean, this is a great Reaper setup. If we can get like a spot weakness Reaper, that's some solid stuff, dude. So I'll probably just go straight into... and I'm gonna try to keep them alive here. 8 block means we take no damage. This does 9, well, it'll do 4 damage, I guess. But it does mean we would get 4 block back. We take 3. I think we'd be better off right there. So spot weakness Reaper is definitely, you know, is on the line on this turn. Spot weakness Reaper even. Okay, so Reaper is really, it's not going to heal us for that much, unfortunately. But it's better than friggin' nothing, you know what I mean? Take 12 damage off the field. We take another 14 immediately after. But you know what? We got another friggin' Reaper still chilling in the deck. And there it is. So we got to think about it. It'll do 4 damage twice. So I think, actually, a spot weakness takes us up to 6 damage twice. Huge heal. It's 6 damage once. Why did I think twice? I guess implicitly I was like, well, if we're playing this, we must have a double tap. Either way, it was a decent heal. And we're going to come out of the bird fight not just being good, but being better. Better than we started it. That's not common, man. So we're going to upgrade a card in the deck for certain. And I think, I mean, Reaper gets 1 damage. I think I'd rather have the vulnerability right off the bat. And by right off the bat, I mean approximately halfway into the game. So hopefully, because this, we already block Frailty, hopefully that'll block Weakness. Should have played it in a different order, in order to get through this a little easier, but it is what it is. Because Letter Opener could have done damage before the block, and then our attack would have done better damage through the block, but... So there's no point in playing Reaper right here, I think. You just enjoy your Ornamental Fan, but still take 15 damage. It's the one thing that everybody knows sucks about spot weakness, you know? And there we go. At least got some block. But the thing that sucks about spot weakness is that if you don't land your first spot weakness, you do end up a little bit behind the curve. We might as well hit you right off the bat with this. Because Cleave plus Twin Strike is going to ice you, so might as well get some heals out of it. So I don't think we need to rest at all here. I think we can actually... This is not common for this floor, but I think we can start to get some smithing going on. These guys can be a real pain in the butt, no doubt about that. Let's get some draw early. I was really hoping for spot weakness. We want to keep them both alive. For now. I mean, it's 28 damage, dude. We might as well just hit him with a little Letter Opener. Again, should have done it in inverted order. We would have done way more damage, but... Okay, there's our spot weakness. Dude, were it not for Ornamental Fan, we'd be feeling the heat a little bit more. Okay, so, I mean, I'd rather not kill this guy this turn. But he might just die. It's not really up to us. Ah! Okay. Well, that's 4 block. This is 5 block. Let's do the damage then. So we'll definitely rest at our next campfire if we're lucky enough to live long enough to get to that point. Reaper will do 12 damage. I just want to make sure I can kill you if I if I choose to. Yes, okay, so this... Thank you for the HP. It's actually extremely good. Heavy Blade, it does seem like a good finisher, doesn't it? I mean, every time we play Spot Weakness, this will get... Well, it'll deal 14 damage, and then let's say we're 4 strength up. It'll deal 34 damage. I think with our energy base, we can afford to make it work. This guy scares the crap out of me. I was really hoping we wouldn't have an enemy on this question mark. That's life. And, I mean, this one, it turned out just fine so far. But that can change pretty quick depending on your draw, you know what I mean? Not a spot weakness situation. We take 8 damage. Very dangerous. Don't really want to pay 3 for a battle trance, so... Just keep ourselves in there with Reaper. Both Reapers are gone now. You think Bash Heavy Blade? Bash Heavy Blade Battle Trance. Please. Oh, we got a 0 cost something. Okay. Will it kill you? It'll deal 7 damage and then 15. It'll, like, just stop shy of killing you. So I don't think we play Bash. Oh, dude. Hold on. I mean, we still got to do it, like, this way, but... We're about to get Ornamental Fan. Nice. So we take 0 damage. That was a super lucky turn of events for us. Alright. That fight could have gone worse. I actually also think Anger is still pretty good, but I think our deck... If we'd gotten Anger earlier, I probably would have taken it, no question. But now, there's a question. So out of these, I mean, there's some good stuff going on here. I definitely think... Start each combat with 1 artifact is pretty big. Especially because we already can't be made vulnerable. I think upgrading 2 attacks is also pretty good here. Resting, healing for 15 more. I don't think we need it because of Pantograph. I think and that's actually 1000% exactly what I was hoping for. And I know you're like, what about this Body Slam? But I think... You know, we've added so many attacks. Just cull a strike from the deck. It is a 1-cost Body Slam. I don't think it's the right card. As much as I love it, and believe you me, I do, I don't think it's the right card. We're going to rest as a precaution, and then we're going to keep moving on here. These guys, they seem to me to be one of those fights that we're probably, we're best against right now. So I don't want to, and why not play Armaments before you play Battle Strike? Because I think I just want to attack. And I think we want to attack Mr. HP here. And the Reaper, you know, like... It actually is... I mean, it's a huge heal. I think we should do it. Even though it's not as much damage, the heal for 17... We can absorb 1 full turn of damage against these guys as a result of that. Without feeling, like, under the gun at all. And there's another one right there, right? So, I would rather Heavy Blade and just take the damage to the face. We definitely need Spot Weakness Cleave. Spot Weakness should be, like, super easy to get across. Unfortunately, it doesn't exist, which is, commonly thought that's a real fundamental problem. Is when you can't draw the card you need to draw. You know what would be a 10 out of 10 relic for us? Full stop. No questions. Meat on the bone. So, 4 strength. I think if we spot weakness and draw an attack, we're fine. We might not have even needed to draw the attack. That fight went terribly, though. No combat. Thank you. No. You are still a problem. But actually, this might not be too bad. We might as well... Well, actually, if we want to play everything, we should definitely go like this. This. Yeah, I mean, they used all our energy, so you were correct here. Good. Dude, I'm so happy we had an extra artifact available. I think for this guy... I mean, this is gonna hurt, but I'm gonna try to shoot the moon and get a little, you know, like spot weakness Reaper going on. We need to be super careful here, though, because actually we might just be killed immediately. Hold on. Hold on. It was on top of my headphone cord, but also hold on. We need to come up with a way to get 7 block. And we cannot do it. We can get 5. We need to play this and 3 attacks, which can't be done. This is our only hope right there. That hurts. Dude, this run was going places. we're gonna throw another one in here. You know what? And that's why 820 actually blows. Is because I'm bad. Warcry feed could be okay. No, the reason it sucks is because basically one bad fight can sort of screw you forever. And you know, I did make a mistake. I got a little aggressive. So close, dude. We might as well. I got a little aggressive, and I chose to be greedy with Reaper. We would have lived with like a little HP, dude. Absolutely whirlwind. If we had not been greedy. So it's hard for me to recognize that, but also simultaneously, it's the honest to goodness truth. My greed with Reaper was a contributing factor in my death. But another contributing factor in my death was the fact that, yo, bro, 820 is hard as heck. $15, you'll be at 6. Okay, we can kill you. And kill you with feed as well. But I'm not going to let it dishearten me too much. I really like what we got going on. Toss me a body slam as well. We're being a little aggressive in combat here early. The reason for that is, you know, I feel like the first run... Man, I do wish that I had upgraded feed. We would have gotten the easy kill there, but, you know, the body slam being free is also awesome when we can make it work at least. Yoink. But, you know, the first run you try to make it work, obviously. The second run you still try to make it work, but I think you can afford to be a little bit more aggressive. I think a rage works pretty nicely in conjunction with what we got going on here. This guy's he's a real son of a gun. Well, might as well wait for next turn for feed. It's not so bad. Are we gonna get the feed to work? Like, doubtful. So let's just send it around one more time. Zero cost double tap. Saved us a great deal of anguish right there. And plus we had the potion spot left over. So I know, you know, you look at like dual wield feed, dual wield body slam. There's some very good stuff going on there. 2 copies of a zero cost card is probably the most important upgrade, even more so than upgrading a feed or upgrading a... You know, Rage is another one that I actually, like, I like it quite a lot. I think we'll probably try a power here because we have to fight an elite real soon. But... this, you know, best laid plans of mice and men and all that. So you're 23 HP. I really thought that maybe that would get rid of your block. We can one-tap you with an attack once we get a little bit more strength. I think I'll actually just set you up like that. Now draw feed on this turn. This would be a great turn to draw. Okay, thank you. Much appreciated. Definitely, by the way, could have gotten away with a little dual wielding. But how much HP you got? 20. Sorry, dude. I'm happy we made it through. Thank you, Demon Form. Now let's think about this. Who's our boss? Hexaghost. Hexaghost to me equals you take Disarm. And if we could play an early Disarm against this guy, I wouldn't mind. We should live through this fight. That's just a good way to get some extra damage on the field. But we should live through this fight. I got like, I wouldn't say I don't have much hope for the future, but I've got I could have more hope. This is a good time to pop this, I think, as well, because we're gonna play 1. Are we gonna play 2? I mean, we could always play 2 and then play Whirlwind for 0, but we could also play it for 10 here. But this means we take, you know, no damage, and we still get a pretty good body slam out of it, so sure, why not? Honestly, I would prefer not to play Disarm at this point. I really wanted to play it earlier, but I would say now, not really that relevant. It's probably worth less than a block over the course of the whole fight. I mean, obviously, we're not going to kill you with feed, so I'll just hit you with it, and we definitely are going to kill you next turn. It could have gone worse. Let's leave it at that. Toxic Egg is beautiful, and I will still... You know, I'm going to take Infernal Blade, but I think a Cleave is... Dude, Toxic Egg, Molten Egg. History quickly crashing through your veins. Let's rest. And then we get a couple more upgrade targets in the future. So, we've added some attacks. Why don't you go ahead and take a strike out of the deck at this point. We got good upgrades. Bash is usually a pretty good one. Get that 3rd vulnerability. I think Bash is a good one. Just preface everything that I say in this game with I think. Because, I mean, obviously when it comes to A20, is fair to suggest we don't have the game solved quite yet. I mean, you like that. Disarm seems really bad here. Okay. I'm not going to say, like, I'm a genius. Like, if you want to use those words, that's fine. But I think in that situation, you know, is the word genius fair to sort of send along? Sure, I think you could definitely make that argument. Now, I could easily kill this guy, but I'd rather wait for feed. Like, this seems like a really easy opportunity to get some extra max HP. And even though we could easily kill him here, I would actually rather just take the hit and then get the feed off anyway. This is an interesting one. I think we're going to get most value out of Dropkick. My 2 cents. Okay, well, looks like we're going to a shop either way. I think with cheap cards, Battle Trance is real good. And then I'm going to follow it up. I actually feel like we can continue removing those strikes. We got a 17-card deck with a pretty decent amount of gasoline going on here. So a Disarm going off before he gets his big first attack would be huge. Am I okay exhausting 2 defends to do a bunch of damage? I think I am. You know, we didn't really get what we were looking for in terms of getting that Disarm off, but that's okay. We will get it. It's just a matter of when. So the drop kick is strong. Obviously, we can't draw, but we got the energy back. We can't draw, but we can put a card on top of our deck to use next time. Definitely going to put Body Slam up there because it's doing garbage for us this time. And a Disarm, huge. And honestly, hit him with the Sever Soul, dude. Still a pretty strong attack here. Probably should get into the habit of playing the Whirlwind for 0, even when it doesn't do anything for us specifically in the moment. So how are we looking? I definitely think we could be worse off. The Sever Souls plus the vulnerability has given us a little gasoline, which I definitely appreciate. Let's see if we draw Rage. We didn't draw Rage. In fact, we just drew like a staggering amount. I mean, we should always play the drop kick first in that situation, but you know, it's all I can do in my own defense is say is sometimes I'm a little, you know, short-sighted. Well, definitely, dude. Ice the Burns. Like, Pun intended, I suppose. And we are going to take 12 damage. It's going to be a little tight. The real problem, I guess, we don't really have much in the way of finishers, right? So we're hoping that something like this... Oh, dude, with the rage, this is going to absolutely slap. That's good stuff. That was a great fight. Do we have a good chance on this run? I would say probably not. I think Immolate is lovely, though. We're definitely going to want to play more than 6 cards per turn on occasion. So give me the Lizard Tail just to bail me out of a situation that maybe was similar to our last run. Okay. With no vulnerability, this is a little annoying, but I think it's still worth making more drop kicks for the future. I would say this run has all the hallmarks of a second floor loss. I'm hoping to be incorrect, obviously, but I mean, dude, what do you think? Immolate, what do you think's worth more? You could do a Bash, Reckless Charge, Disarm, or you could do an Immolate. I mean, with 3 turns of vulnerability, I actually think Bash, Reckless Charge, Disarm. I mean, Body Slam does 0, unfortunately, but I think that we'll get more damage out of this as a result. Sure, this is still fine. Let's get rid of this for the time being. We are going to take hits here. Lots of dazes. Yeah, I didn't even think about that, but having played so much that turn, we essentially guaranteed we were going to draw a number of dazes. Okay, so I think you probably start with a Battle Trance. It still sucks pretty bad. Like, I think that it's definitely got all the hallmarks of a second floor loss, in case you didn't believe me earlier. 1 artifact potion would have saved us a number there. I actually don't think an armaments is worth that much here anymore because of the fact that... oh, just heal me for now. Because of the fact that all of our future cards will be upgraded. Mummified Hand completely changes my... like, what I would think to do with this deck right now. Like, now, adding an expensive power is not that big of a deal. But we do need to live, and, I'm not necessarily 100% convinced that that's in the cards for us. Like, it all looks well and good. Until it like, super doesn't, you know? I think we got a Hemokinesis. Just to make sure he dies next turn. Like, he won't be killed this turn. He's going to be at 24 HP. 3 block is just an embarrassment. 24. This will put him on 14. This will put him on 19. You know, play the smart money. We're probably not going to draw feed on the next turn anyway. At least this way we get a kill. I think definitely having more block is pretty critical. Especially, dude, on a fight like this. This is a nightmare. We just do more damage like this. No, actually, 1 Whirlwind would have done more damage than that. That's weird. I never thought about that, the optics of that before. Hold on, we get 3 block per card. Dump the defend then. We'd much rather do something like this. This fight could kill us. Maybe next turn could kill us. Disarm is real huge. And then, all of a sudden, we're taking 1 damage. Feeling a lot better about the situation. Personally, I'm still a dual-wield Immolate sort of guy here. And you just hope to get around to the next shuffle as quickly as possible. You'll probably draw an Immolate as a result. We're still living, by the way. Definitely a rest is in order. Where's my Immolate, dude? Wow, we're actually gonna die. Lizard Tail's gonna bring us back. Oh, I suck. Well, we're still alive. Okay. You know what? Give me that body slam. And now A is a blessing in disguise, maybe. We get to rest. I definitely think like an upgraded Whirlwind. Maybe a Chemical X in the future. Who knows? Maybe there's still a chance here. I'll play Hemokinesis. That doesn't bother me, brother. I don't know. We seem to lack killing power. And I didn't think that was going to be a major problem. Clearly, I was incorrect. As good as that turn was, we're still taking just a boatload of damage, dude. This turn, much better. Now, just don't draw both burns. Not that it matters, because as long as we have X cards, we're kind of immune. X cost cards, I should say. We're kind of immune to that guy's problems. Honestly, I actually think a Combust is a pretty good get for us here. If we want to live, we should rest. We don't need to upgrade that many more cards, because every card we add that's not a power gets upgraded like by default. I'm going to try to fight the elite, though. And vulnerability is now stronger. That is kind of like a little bit of a theme of the deck. Because there's a shop right after this guy, I'm willing to take a stab at that. And depending on the enemy, Book is weak against Bronze Scales. I think that was probably worth it. This is a weird one, but check this out, dude. We take no damage. Honestly, we'll probably pop the Essence of Steel on the next turn, but we'll see how she goes. I don't know if we need to play Immolate against this guy. Let's see, this will take us to 11, 21. I definitely feel comfortable doing this. We take 1 damage, we get 1 burn, right? 1 wound? 1 wound. Disarm is very strong here, but you start definitely like dash, drop kick, War Cry. See what you don't need this turn? We don't need Whirlwind this turn. Throw an Infernal Blade out there. There's no way we're going to get to play that Clash, unfortunately. Ghostly Armor. This blocks 13. This blocks 12 this turn and 1 on every attack for future turns. So there's definitely a better option. If you ignore the fact that we're going to take max wounds. Yeah, fair enough. Didn't think about that. But I would have played it this way regardless. So Combust will make something else free. That does make it worth playing here. You definitely drop feed on this one. We live... Dude, Bird-Faced Urn is pretty great as well. I don't know, we might be getting a little too into the body slams here without actually having any synergies that relate to them. Unfortunately, cannot handle Chemical X. Let's take a Metallicize. It's a power, which, dude, honestly, take my gold. It's a power. And then on top of that, it gives us extra block that if we get a synergy, like a Barricade later, could work very nicely with what we got going on. So we don't need... Honestly, we don't need a feed turn 1. We definitely... I don't think we're going to be able to beat the second boss. We have a real problem. And the problem is very simple to understand. We don't have killing power. We don't get stronger. You know, we have no strength gain. So I would almost say, without being super negative, a lot of our chances to improve on this run, at this point specifically... No. You play Rage first. Basically come down to, like... Oh, we're gonna get him. Can we get, like, a demon form from this specific fight? That's a huge ask. But that's not to say it's impossible. And we might not specifically need a demon form. We might be able to make it work with whatever, but... I don't know. I think a pommel strike is fine here, too. So we're going to rest. We're definitely going to pop our potion as soon as we go into our next fight. I really don't want to lose ghostly armor. It's probably like our best block, so we can at least combo it with body slam there to get some value. Really want to put vulnerability on this guy as well. Okay, we get defend for free, which is obviously good, but we'll start with the pommel. Get a body slam out of it, so that's pretty nice. I actually feel like using a disarm on you just to purge one of your artifact spots is totally fine, because, I mean, you losing one strength is not going to crush us. Yes, he does do multiple attacks, but the big multiple attack for him, or the big attack is just one big smack, so I'm not really sweating it right now. So a dual-wielded immolate for 0 is like disgustingly great. Now we do have 3 burns, which is not so good. But we don't need to play any more immolates if we don't want to. You know, we played 3 of them. That's fine. I'm willing to... Maybe I'm not willing to combust here. I haven't thought about it. I haven't thought about it as much as I should. Okay, let's do it. Alright, get Iron Wave going here. You're doing 24 damage. I think this is a good block. And maybe like Whirlwind is our best single attack. I hit him with one of those. Okay. You know he's going for big attacks soon. I was really hoping for a bash. It's fine. It's fine, dude. Just give him one of these instead. We take no damage. We don't get our burns out there causing us problems. He's doing lethal amounts of damage. That's no biggie, dude. Get that feed out of there. So check it out, dude. We got 39 HP left. And by 39, I mean 18. Sorry, brain is broken, apparently. 40 damage. This is an issue. There's only a couple of cards you can play like this. It's got to be like that. We're dead. Okay, but you know, it was fun while it lasted. I think this was a decent step, not forward, but laterally. For now, thanks for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. It helps out a great deal. And of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. See ya!